threads of your fate lie in my hands.
Time for some training?
Just sharpen my spear. In the name of the Prinzessin.
A question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible. Still...
No! Paimon's got a brain! But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the element? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't.
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in their research, it seems that only Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. Let me lure a few slimes to the area.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Nice and spicy.
By royal decree.
Nice and spicy. Nice and spicy.
Disappear! Twin blade!
Booba, get the...
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion...
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some...
And in the abnormal course of it?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Well, it's not that there aren't any... Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's... Yes, that's an excellent way to think. It's a type of ore known as star silver. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather... All going to plan. We should be able to begin...
Paimon's still got a few safety Let's keep our eyes open.
Let's dance!
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Get them!
With the wind!
By royal decree! Insubordination!
Wind blade!
Nice and spicy.
By royal decree!
This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. Following this line of thought,
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. A cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be... In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data. If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. Speaking of data...
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What happened to him?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to play. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned,
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about ordinary is that everything isn't. People are the same, they can understand, empathize. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly enough? To sum up, this has been a positive Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see the collating the...
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking... having you down as an animal...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory...
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit?
Before... If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find it. Well, on with the research. There may take to that, for example, but worlds may... So, leaving elements to one side. Do you possess any... unique ability? I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it. That was your...
What's with the
Have you tried... I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat?
cooking?
Not only is this recipe a staple for me...
That does sound yummy, though. Okay, good, but...
I'll leave you to it then. If there's anything left over...
How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again. Where does it get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
That was...
Add.
Fresh fish.
Tell me.
5 times speedy equals.
That was fast. An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Unless...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food.
Not to worry. At least we put... And here's your...
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad said you were
I can tell that you're good friends. Not that Paimon...
Hey! You were being nice a second, but you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. There are all manner of alchemic... I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me.
Paimon's barely finished eating, and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. If you had, say, a superpower, I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh, yeah! This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it.
Goodness. You managed to find them. Incredible. I'm wondering... This elemental sight... This is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I have to commend your deduction that the... Right then. Up until now, our research, in essence, the differences between... Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, so what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test.